this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, the election season in America is heating up when you see a headline like this. New Biden-Harris ads highlight Trump's failures to Black Americans. I find this very amusing. Joe Biden has been in office for 4 years, and Donald Trump has been out of office for 4 years, and they're talking about Trump's failures. That, to me, is a sign of a campaign in trouble. It also says that they've gotten the message that Black American voters are not mesmerized by the Democratic Party this year. And I think that's very interesting. But let's see what the article says. The Biden-Harris re-election campaign have launched 2 new television ads aimed at highlighting the disaster former President Trump would be for Black Americans if he is re-elected president. So there you go, right away, trying to scare Black people. He's going to be a disaster for Black people. They say we're only 13-14% of the population, but he's going to be a disaster for us. What about the other 86% of Americans? He's not going to be a disaster for them, but he's going to be a disaster for us. That has been working for over 50 years. This scare tactic. We're going to scare you into voting for Joe Biden because Donald Trump is going to put you back in slavery. That used to be what they would say. And you'd hear old Black people going around talking about, we're going back in slavery. We're going back in slavery. So that's what this is. It has worked for so long. I guess they feel like, well, we'll give it a shot. So the theme of the ads that they're going to run are Back and Price, featuring Joe Biden speaking directly to Black voters in an ad. The ad says, as bad as Trump was, his economy was worse, and Black America felt it the most, Biden said. He cut health insurance while giving tax breaks to the wealthy and big business. He stoked racial violence, attacked voting rights, and, if reelected, vowed to be a dictator and, quote, get revenge. We can't go back. So now he's focused this on Donald Trump instead of on himself. There's no question in my mind that Donald Trump is not the best leader in the world, but he spoke to things that people cared about, like immigration. Joe Biden won't say anything about immigration, and that is what's affecting Black voters in these large cities. But he wants to spend his time talking about Donald Trump. The 2 ads will run through April 21st in Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, 4 critical swing states in the presidential election. The Biden-Harris campaign also plans to air the ads on Black-owned properties, including News One, Blavity, and The Shade Room, and on streaming platforms during basketball games in the NCAA tournament. This is the second set of ads the Biden-Harris 2024 team has launched, speaking directly to Black voters in battleground states. Well, they're speaking to Black voters in ads instead of speaking to Black people in a forum like a town hall or some other called event where there could be a dialogue where Black people could ask questions and speak about their own concerns rather than them telling you what they're going to do and trying to make it seem like it's something that you need or that you want, and then doing something that's going to benefit everybody, but then trying to tell Black people they did that for you. That's what's insulting. Talking at you through ads instead of talking to you person to person. And if they felt good about what they were doing, they would speak directly to you. They would speak directly to black voters in those battleground states, not sending in rappers and actresses and actors and people who call themselves community leaders, but speak directly to the voters. That's how it should be done. That's how it would be done if they really had respect for black voters. They don't know what you need because they're not talking to you. So the bottom line is they're not going to listen to black people because they know they're not going to do anything that black people want done. In February, Black History Month, the team aired 2 ads highlighting the promises the administration kept to the black community. Yes, promises that they decided they wanted to make to the black community. They decided what their promises were going to be, and they delivered on that. The only problem with that is that anything that they delivered that was supposed to help black people was also going to help everybody else. Black people are on to that little scam. Oh, we're going to do this for black people, and then black people have to get to the back of the line to get whatever it is they said they were going to give or do for black people. So there's nothing that they're going to do specifically to help black people. They just want to tell you, oh yeah, this is what we did for you. No, you did that for everybody. Trump has also been working to court black voters over the past few months. From attending the Black Conservative Federation's annual gala, to hinting at choosing a black running mate, to starting a sneaker line. So black people, I guess, are the only people in the United States that wear sneakers. Trump has been working to build black voter support. And also black people have been flaunting that Trump thing around. And I can't imagine what they think what Trump is going to do any better. Quentin Fulks, Principal Deputy Campaign Manager for the Biden-Harris re-election campaign, said Trump was a complete failure for black Americans. See, Trump hasn't been in the White House for 4 years. What are they talking about Trump for? That is absurd to me. You ought to be talking specifically about what your guy is doing and is going to do if you want to attract black voters. Black unemployment and uninsured rates spiked. His botched response to COVID-19 put the lives of our community at risk, and he dismantled a rule that combated housing bias against black Americans, Fulks said in a statement. This does not make a lick of sense. They're talking about 2016 to 2020 when Biden has been in office since 2020. He won in 2020, took office in 2021, and they're back 4 years ago talking about Donald Trump. This is to me, this is a sign of a failed administration. If your campaign is talking about what somebody else didn't do when you've been in office for 4 years. Folks also pointed to the $137 billion forgiven in student loan debt, which disproportionately impacts black voters. There are more. This is crazy. Everybody that went to college is trying to get debt relief. They're trying to get loan forgiveness. Everybody except the super rich that went to college is trying to get loan forgiveness, not just black people. So this is, again, he using the word disproportionately. So that lets you know right there, that just wasn't for black people, and it shouldn't have been. But black people have been clear about what they wanted, and he's not even addressing that. The stakes are extremely high for black America, and unlike Donald Trump, President Biden and Vice President Harris have put in the work and are not taking a single vote for granted, said Fulks. So again, scare tactics. The stakes are so high for black America. You would think we were the overwhelming majority of voters in this country and that we were running things. And the stakes are high because we won't be running things if Donald Trump gets in office. This is just, it's beyond absurd. The Biden-Harris re-election campaign has been outspoken in recent months on what they call Trump's history of anti-black comments. Yes, he has a history of anti-black and anti-Jewish and anti-everybody else. But Biden is just as much a racist as Donald Trump. Way back in the day, when segregation ruled the land, Strom Thurmond, an avowed segregationist, was Joe Biden's best friend. And Jesse Helm, a racist, segregationist senator from North Carolina who stayed in the Senate forever and longed for those cotton-picking days of the old South. These were Joe Biden's best friends. He even did the eulogy at Strom Thurmond's funeral. These men were the descendants of enslavers, and as they operated in the United States Senate, they tried to recreate that time period. They voted against every bit of civil rights legislation that came up in the Senate. And these were Biden's friends. So when it comes to being racist, I believe that Joe Biden could match Donald Trump tit for tat. So it says, still Biden may have his work cut out for him. You got that right. Though black voters in swing states like Georgia were key to Biden's 2020 victory over Trump, a new Reuters Ipsos poll found that 37% of Biden's black supporters were considerably less likely than his white backers to respond that they were voting for him to stop Trump. No, nobody's trying to stop Trump. People are voting for their own interests because Trump is just going to do what Trump is going to do. So this is just a propaganda piece put out there to say something rather than say nothing. But they could have kept this article because this doesn't do anything. Anybody who said they weren't going to vote for Joe Biden, this article would not be convincing them to change their mind. Because this is just, it's almost insulting. They need to come up with something better than this. That's all I got to say. Winning an election by focusing on Trump. Winning an election by stopping Trump. Making Trump seem more powerful than they are. They really need to get some new people working on this campaign if they want to win. Because this article alone says that these people don't know what they're doing, in my opinion. And just to be clear, there's nothing that Trump would do to or against black people that Joe Biden wouldn't do to or against black people. I don't see either one of them as being a great president for America. You got two old white men, both of them with a history of being bigots. So you really just have to flip a dime and call one. That's all I know. Okay, y'all. Thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Share the video. And as always, have a great day.